So this is continuing on part C. Now remember, now this is step number 2 of our class exercise number 1. I'm right here in step number 2 with it. So part C video is going to go right here with it as well. I'd like for you to highlight this particular link that I have right here, is the Reactjs.org with it. And I like to take you to this web page. Basically, it's a document that shows you how to install the React components. How's that? All right. So let me copy that, and I'm going to jump over here to the React component over here. Let's grab one of the browsers that we have. I'm using Firefox, and it says reactjs.org with it. So once you come here in this website with it, click on Docs, and it talks to you on the right hand side. It gives you direction on the installations. There's actually 3 types of installation you could have. One is to go to, you could try React on a little things on online playground. I call it Sandbox. You can go to like the code pen right here. This is another way that you can go in. You could test out your code on here with it. That's, I don't like it. It's great for a little sandbox to test out little codes, little snippet codes and here and there with it, but you don't know how it works with it. It's like, it's like getting in a car and you drive, but you don't know how the engine works, or when you maintain the engine, what needs to take place when you install the engine with it. So I don't want to teach you to become a mechanic to a certain extent with it. To learn how to drive, you don't have to be a mechanic. To learn to program, but you gotta understand at least where the engine is to maintain the oil level, the windshield wiper, your basic necessities type of stuff with it. You gotta know where your flat tire goes with it, right? So understanding the anatomy of the engine is very important with it, especially if there is a fan blade, you don't want to put your finger in there, right? So there are things in this particular React things, and when you're building, you don't want to actually mess it up at the same time. So like I said, this is one way to do it, but you don't understand the behind the scene, how these things work with it. The second way is that you can add React to a website with it. So you can actually add React to existing HTML, or integrate it with another type of technology in there as well with it. All right. This can be gradual and as things evolves with it, and that's where we're at right now. There are websites out there that are adding a little bit of React, and there are websites, e-commerce websites. There's apps out there that's running all the stuff that you're doing. It's adding a little bit of React JavaScript here and there with it to make it enhance, work better with it on the client side. The third way is to create the new React app. So this one is the one that I want. What we're going to do is we're going to set this thing up, and we're going to configure this, and we're going to run the React engine behind it to power a lot of the compiling process that we do with it as well. All right. So if you look at going back to my Word document, that my instruction is, I broke down. Here's part 1. You can do this like in CodePen in a browser. You can add to an existing website with it. And the third one is what we're going to do is, this is what this class exercise number 1 is all about, is to install the React.js, React JavaScript components on there with it. So I asked you to go to the documents, and that's what you do. So all you have to do in this particular one is, just once you get here, just open up your this part right here and take a screenshot of this. That's all you have to do. So I just want to make sure you went through and watched my video with this thing with it as well. More important, this is what I want you to get into. Do you see where it says create a new React app? Click on that for me, and if you scroll down on this part right here, this is the part where it leads to the next step with it. So I'm going to stop right here, take a screenshot of the installation part and this browser right here. Use your snipping tool, copy it, paste it, store it in, and paste it into this part right here. This is just a simple exercise to check off with it. Okay. I want to stop the video. This is the end of part D for step number 2. Okay.